Eleanor Roosevelt once quoted, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." The Directorate of Alumni Affairs at SRM takes all the opportunity to build the youth of tomorrow with dreams as stepping stones. A very happy morning to one and all present here. Today I, Yatharth Tripathi,
and I, Devika Nair,
take great honor in welcoming each and every one of you present here to the Day 3 of SRM Global Tech Conclave.
The SRM Global Tech Conclave is the event that brings together our alumni from all over the world to discuss and share the latest trends and developments in technology.
A 3-day event focusing on digital marketing, the future of technology in the field of medicine, marketing, finance. And today, we all have gathered here to enlighten ourselves with the innovations in the fields of science and technology.
With the commendable success of the first 2 days of the event, let's dive into day 3 of the SRM Global Tech Conclave, Techvolution.
Devika, I've been wondering, what is the importance of such events?
That is a great question, Yatharth. The importance of questions like this Tech Conclave lies in fostering collaborations, igniting innovation, and pushing boundaries of technology for the brighter future. And do you know what makes this event even more fruitful?
Yes, it is the guest speakers, our alumni.
Exactly. Our esteemed alumni speakers are a perfect source of guidance for all of us.
I totally agree with you. Their experience in not just the field of work, but their familiarity with the students and the culture of the university makes it more rewarding for the students of SRM.
This is exactly the motive of the Directorate of Alumni Affairs, which is to foster the relationship and bridge the gap between the alumni community and its students.
We are extremely grateful for the support of our distinguished Vice Chancellor, Dr. C. Muthumeselvan, for being the catalyst that encouraged us to do our best. Our Registrar, Dr. S. Ponnusamy, Professor T.V. Gopal, Dean of Engineering and Technology, and Dr. Venkat Sastry, Director for Career Center.
It is my pleasure to welcome our respected Campus Life Director, Professor Linus Jesu Martin, Dr. A. Rathinam, Director for the Directorate of Alumni Affairs, Mrs. Radha Ravindran, Assistant Director for the Directorate of Alumni Affairs, our esteemed alumni speakers, Mr. Lalit Kumar, Mr. Lokendra Singh Panwar, Mr. Pramod Madhavan, Mr. Ashutosh Agarwal, and Mr. Vipin Kumar Sharma. We would also like to welcome all the heads of the department, faculty members, and all those who have joined us for this session today.
Leadership is practiced not so much in words as in attitude and in actions. Our Assistant Director Ma'am, Mrs. Radha Ravindran, is the perfect embodiment of this quote. Her actions and motivations are the key source for the smooth execution of the events conducted by the Directorate of Alumni Affairs. It is with great pleasure that we would like to invite the Assistant Director for the Directorate of Alumni Affairs, Mrs. Radha Ravindran, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, one and all gathered here. Technological innovation brings together various forces, creating new opportunities and revolutionizing our lifestyle and work processes. A warm welcome to each and everyone present here for the Day 3 of SRM Global Tech Conclave. This event stands as a testament to our commitment in fostering a culture of continuous learning, innovation, and networking. Over the course of these 3 days, we were privileged to host a distinguished panel discussion of alumni speakers, all luminaries in their respective fields. Their contributions to the world of technology and data science are nothing short of exemplary, and we are truly honored to have them share their insights and experience with us. Our panelists today are Mr. Lalit Kumar. He has been associated with Chandrayaan and Aditya L1 program. as an engineer scientist. He graduated from SRM with BTech in Mechanical Engineering in the year 2017. Welcome, sir. Mr. Asutosh Agarwal, Principal Engineer, Viscom 18. He is a tech enthusiastic with a total of 9 years of experience in top tier companies such as Google, Hotstar and Hackera. Welcome, sir. Mr. Pramod Madhavan, founder and CEO Conclave Technologies. He is serial entrepreneur with a great interest in technology and business analyst. He has also previously worked with SRMIST-Global, Hewitt Associate and Sequoia as business analyst and product manager. Welcome, sir. Mr. Vipin Kumar Sharma, Additional Superintendent, Uranium Corporation of India Limited. With around 13 years of experience, he is also associated with several units of Uranium Corporation where he put forth his experience and deep knowledge in the field. And recently he is awarded the Best Engineer. So we are delighted to welcome you, sir. And the last speaker, Mr. Logendra Singh Panwar, Systems Development Engineer, Google. He is a proud graduate of SRM graduated in the year 2017 with a degree in BTech in Computer Science Engineering. He has 8 years of experience in technical field and has worked in companies such as Jaspay, Topper, etc. as software engineer. We are much privileged to welcome you, sir. The Global Tech Conclave is not just an event. It's a celebration of knowledge, innovation, and the unyielding spirit of human curiosity. We are delighted to embark on this journey with all of you present here, and we are confident that the insights and connections you gain here will prove invaluable in your personal and professional fields. It is also a privilege to host the Ideathon today, an exciting platform for emerging innovators and tech enthusiasts. We are providing the participants a chance to put forth their ideas and prototype solutions based on the themes. This event will harness the inventive spirit of our attendees and provide a chance to showcase their creativity and problem solving skills. On the auspicious day of this flagship event, we would also like to release the annual newsletter of the Directorate of Alumni Affairs for the year 2022. The entire 2022 year events are compiled. Our newsletter is a platform to showcase the growth of the Directorate, the extent of alumni engagement within the university, and the progress towards bridging the gap between the alumni community and the alma mater. With that, I would like to once again welcome each and every one of you present here and the special invitees, our proud alumni, all the 5 alumni to the SRM Global Tech Conclave. I welcome one and all once again.
So much, ma'am.
Devika, can you imagine a virtual world in front of you?
2 years of lockdown has changed our imaginations into reality. An entire world paused with just one exception: technology.
I completely agree. I've been following advancement in artificial intelligence. The way AI is revolutionizing industries like healthcare and finance is truly remarkable.
Exactly. AI is everywhere, from chatbots that help us with customer service to self-driving cars that are getting really common now. It is incredible how it's transforming various industries.
In today's world, it's incredible how quickly technology is advancing. It's hard to keep up with everything that's happening.
This is exactly why the Directorate of Alumni Affairs is presenting a panel discussion introducing experts in their fields.
Techvolution. The topic for today discusses the transformation in the field of technology. We have a great lineup of alumni speakers present here to walk us through the world of technology.
I would now like to call our Assistant Director, Mrs. Radha Ravindran, to provide the memento to the alumni guests. Our first speaker for today is Mr. Pramod Madhavan, graduating in the year 2000 from BCom to building his own company. He is now a business tycoon. He's skilled in business and management with a working experience of more than 20 years. Currently, he is the founder and CEO at Kolenko Technologies and Private Limited. Sir, it is a pleasure having you here with us.
Bro, Surya. Hey, Surya.
Next, we would like to call upon Mr. Vipin Kumar Sharma, an experienced chemical engineer with a demonstrated history of working in chemical industry. He graduated from SRM as a gold medalist and ranked first in BTech Chemical Engineering in the year 2010. He's a proud alumni, now working as the additional superintendent at Uranium Corporation of India. We would also like to extend our congratulations to Vipin sir for receiving the title of Best Engineer from the Institution of Engineers, India, an organization with a history of 103 years.
Moving on to the next speaker is Mr. Ashutosh Agarwal, a BTech graduate from SRMIST in the field of software engineering. He's a seasoned tech innovator with an impressive track record, from shaping strategies at Google, working with HackerRank, contributing to his magic in Disney Plus Hotstar, to now steering innovation at Geo Cinemas as principal architect. Sir, it is a pleasure having you here with us.
Next, we have Mr. Lalit Kumar, an SRM alumnus who played a pivotal role in Chandrayaan and Aditya L1 missions. Graduated from SRM in 2017 in the field of mechanical engineering. He is currently the scientist engineer at ISRO. He also worked in Indian Railway and Cognizant. So we are proud to have you here with us today. Last but not the least, I would like to introduce Mr. Lokendra Singh Panwar, a system development engineer at Google. He completed his computer software engineering from SRM in 2017, and since then, he has never stopped. He worked in various fields from Just Break to Cruiser to Kolenko. So we are delighted to have you here with us.
Taking no more of their time, we would like to start the panel discussion. Let's start with the question emerging in all of our minds. Evolution of technology. What are your opinions on how we can stay upfront with the continuous evolution of technology?
I think the way to, I don't think the information sharing or information is any more a problem, right? With the world of internet, everything is almost instantaneously available on the public domain. It's easy for research, right? What you're talking about is what happens behind the doors. I think that's the information which is probably not available in my sense. And the best way to reach out to learn about those things is to interact with people, be connected. There are a lot of good conferences, good meetups, and topics happen on which companies do disclose and talk about some of those things. At least in the private industry space, I can talk about that. Companies do come out and they do talk about what they're innovating, what they're building. Very rarely are companies building rocket sciences. Most of the companies are doing almost similar patterns. There are patterns in the industry which I've seen there. So what you have to understand is how are people using those patterns to innovate, right? It's the same thing. It's the underlying same principles and how they are innovating. So understanding what they are doing is one of the ways to understand innovation in the industry.
Yeah, actually I agree with him. In addition to that one, I would just like to add that we should never ever stop ourselves from learning. Like if anybody will join any company, he will think that okay, I joined the company, I got a nice package. Now onwards, I no need to learn anything else. So it is not like that. Many times what happens that students, when they are in their B.Tech level, on that time they are not able to continue their study. So along with their job also, they can continue their learning also. Because when I am associated with Uranium Corporation of India Limited, that unit where we are handling, that is alkali based leaching. So in starting, when it started in 2012, because it is a very young organization of that uranium processing unit, most of the persons in world, also in India also, they thought that this unit will not work because it is alkali leaching based. Because alkali leaching based unit, it is not successful in world, because the grade which we are producing in our India for the uranium, that is also very less, because it is around 0.03% only. That is very, very less. 0.03% means 99.7% will be waste for us, that ore what we are taking out from the underground. So in that way, continuously we developed ourselves. Lots of technology was developed by Bhabha Atomic Research Center, Atomic Mineral Division. In that way we got succeed. So continuous learning is very important for the successful innovation and technology.
I understand your question, but coming back to the point of what you want to learn is what you have to know. Because you have like million things on the internet, as the team is telling. So you have to first know what I want to learn. For example, if it is technology, then you have to know in technology what you want to learn, BI, AI, CA, DI, whatever it is. So you have to filter that down. Then select probable areas where you get information. So you will get a proper, for example, you start following hashtags, or you put your comments on Google's and start asking them to send you mails. Every day they'll keep you updated. I've put Salesforce, AWS and a couple of other things. Every day I get an update saying that these are the new things which are happening in the industry and they've tagged this. So information getting is the most easiest part, but you should be very clear about what you want. At least you should filter down at least top 3 priorities, or this is what I want to know. Then as I said, automatically the internet is flooded with information, so they'll come out. You might not be aware of ChatGPT 3 years back, but there are premium companies which have already started working on this 8 years back. That's why they were able to release it 3 years back or 2 years back. We started using it a year back. So probably you might miss a whole company's output, but ChatGPT works on AI. AI is on Python. Python is 30 years back old tool. So you're not missing on any primitive thing, but finer things which happens in that, probably one day morning you'll realize it. Whoever got ChatGPT last December would have, now probably by January they would be the best users of it. Okay, so the adaptability is very fast. Finding out what is the next ChatGPT, or I'm just using the word, but for finding out what you could do with AI in the next coming section is with you actually. So you should start knowing where to go and collect those data from. But otherwise it's all in the internet. As we were talking in the room inside, teachers are now enablers actually to tell you where you can go and get, or they can just guide you the path, or they can just segment the path for you. But predominantly today everybody has 3 gadgets at least, out of which everything has a internet in it, so you have more information than anybody sitting over here. But how to capitalize it, how to use it, and how to get a career path out of it is what is the map you should be doing.
The thing is, who are studying now currently, whatever the technology it is coming upcoming in the future, I think so there won't be any relation, because when we were studying here, like there was only CSE branches, there was no sub branches like AI, ML, these and other things. But now the technology has come, so the adaptability has changed. The colleges and institutions has been changing the curriculum the whatever the technology it is happening around in the world. But the thing is, as once you come out of this college, the technology might have been changed. So as sir said, the adaptability is very important. That plays a major role. That the thing is, like, adaptability is major role that plays. It is not about technology or something. So what you have to learn is how dynamically you can change with the outside environment. So that is very important. So for this, you need a very learning kind of mentality to cope up with the next technology.
I just want to add one more point, right? I want to cover the point on misinformation, okay? Like while you search on internet, you'll find every sort of content. Even the right ones, even the wrong ones, narratives build probably, right? That's where your human mind and human intelligence comes into the play. That you have to establish the credibility of the content you're reading or any material you're reading, right? We always read anything with a pinch of salt, right? There is always a negative outlook and a positive outlook about any technology or any innovation which is happening. So always apply that human filter.
So I agree with all the panel members on learning. We should continuously learn. But there are thousands of technologies and subjects to learn or understand. And how do you decide which one is good? Which one do you pick? And you get confused and you take time to decide. So the good principle is to have strong fundamentals. Like all the technologies are based on basic science, maths. So you be strong with your fundamentals, and then it will be easy to navigate around all these technologies, and you can pick any and work on that, and you can always change with the pace we are changing in technologies. That's my point.
Thank you so much for your valuable insights. Another question we have for today is, another topic that we have is, how can society strike a balance between embracing technological progress and preserving important aspects of human culture and tradition? Sure.
How is culture?
How can society strike a balance between embracing technological progress and preserving important aspects of human culture and tradition? Sir.
Technology coming up, what is it that we are losing in human culture? What is that culture element? Now, I'm not pinning you out. I know somebody else would have written the question, but what is it that you're missing so that I can address that point? Because I don't feel that your culture has to do anything with at least the technology coming in. No, not technology. So if you're saying that earlier cultures where all the family members sit on a dining room and eat lunch or dinner, today nobody sits there. Everybody goes to their room with a laptop and sits and eats. That has to do nothing with technology. Probably it would have happened otherwise also. I mean, your family, you should be very close with your family. If you don't have it, 40 years back, 50 years back also, people used to sit apart and eat. So there might be, I mean, it's my opinion, there might be no direct resemblance or effect from technology into culture. I mean, just because you use the word culture, okay, because culture is like 3,000 years old thing actually. A 30-year-old technology evolution cannot come in hindrance with that. So I still remember 20, 30 years back when I had my first interview, they asked me, is television, I mean, at that time probably you don't have laptops and other things, so is television good or bad? Okay. So they said you have all the bad channels coming and showing, I mean, those days it was less bad, but still. So the only answer to that was, see, as the other gentleman said, you pick and choose what you want to see. That I cannot change. Okay, technology is like that. If you open the website or if you open Google or anything, there are sources for information, and that information can be bad or good. Okay, it has to do nothing with your spoiling of culture. Just because I'm giving technology to somebody who has a good family, will be bringing and a good cultural background, I don't think so tomorrow morning he'll spoil and he'll become a brat and he'll start doing things differently with this. I mean, he'll start calling first name of his dad and all. He'll still be, your upbringing has that root, 30, 20 years of upbringing. Technology has to be taken differently from a more personal standpoint. Culture is more personal for me. Okay. Culture is not about how I dress or what technology I use. It's about my upbringing and what I withhold as what my parents or my teachers would have taught me over a period of time. That is what I have adapted as culture. Tomorrow, apart from AI, if something else comes, that is not going to change for me. Okay, so I don't know. I still would stand up and wish my teacher. I'm using AI also. It has nothing to do with that. Is my personal opinion. That has to. It's your upbringing. A person who is not using technology also can be a rude civilian. It has nothing to do with. I mean, if you see the crime rate, at least 50-60% of the population would be people who don't use technology. The crime rate is high on that side. So there's no major. When I hear this thing regularly coming up, technology is spoiling culture, and I really don't understand the momentum in that. Culture is a completely different thing, and technology is every 2 years, 3 years, will keep on changing it. So.
I agree with Pramod sir. It is very important about that mindset of the person also. Like that same uranium which can be used as a nuclear weapon, which can create like Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Same uranium you can use it for your nuclear energy purpose also, for the nuclear reactors. So it depends on the mindset that how you want to use any weapon, like for destruction also, or for construction also. Same thing like you were saying about cultural and all. I think like internet, it is having both the benefits, plus points also, negative points also. So that when small children used to be there, we are guiding that child that how he need to behave, how he need to behave before the society. So that culture, first of all, it should come from the parent side, also from family side, then from teacher side also, from the institution side also. Like one latest movie came, Oh My God, second part. So in that one also it was focused. I think most of the persons would have saw that. So technology, it can have both the effects. It depends on the mindset of the person, and that early teaching from the institution side and that family side, that also plays an important role in that one, I think.
Just to add, just because he said, Japan is, at least for me, the guys who are way ahead than what we are seeing even today. Okay, I saw a video a couple of days back. Small kids trained to stand up when they see an elderly person or a pregnant woman or women in a bus. It's a school. They're creating an environment like a bus, and they're teaching them. When you see such a scenario, the kids are playing the roles like what you did now. They are educated to stand up. There is no janitors in the schools. The kids take the role of janitors. They understand the value. So they are far ahead in technology. They have robots which has balancing robots, which can jump and do all this stuff now. Still, they are very clear about how their kids have to grow. They have to be self-sustained. They can't be dependent on a maid coming and working for you. When you see certain things, you have to react. So I'm just telling. So it depends on a culture. Means then the culture is a separate, different thing. It has to do nothing with the technology part.
Yeah, I think I concur with Pramod sir over here. For me, culture and technology are like parallel, right? Whether you like it or not, culture revolution is gonna happen. It has happened over the past century. It has happened over the past time. It's gonna happen in future or not. Whether you want to blame technology for it or whether you want to credit technology for it is up to you, right? Irrespective, even if you remove everything, as the generation comes, they're gonna behave differently. They're gonna establish their own practices. The cultural aspects which you used to follow probably 1,000 years ago is different from what you're doing right now. The way we behave, the way we interact, the way we talk, everything has changed and evolved, right? So that is going to happen independent of that. The good thing which I see around is technology is, I'm talking about the positive sides. Maybe there are negative sides as well, right? But the technology has kind of, I believe it has given more acceleration and more, it has shown more cultures. It has improved diversification of culture, I would say, right? previously cultures used to exist in small pockets and small areas, towns, cities. Now people are interplayed. That is all accelerated by technology, right? But again, all of those evolutions are independent of technology.
I want to throw some light regarding upbringing. Actually, once a child is born, after 3 years or 4 years, he will be joining the schools. So, from the schools onwards, whatever the parents before our time, it was like parents used to inculcate the cultural traditions, all the habits to the children. But now the society are changed. Ki parents are having no time. So it's educational institutions using technology has to inculcate the cultural activities and traditions in the children, so that the culture will be intact with the next generations. So that's how the educational institutions also using technology may play a positive side on the cultural changes, that whatever the imbalance it is created, it is feeling like created, that can be bridged.
Yeah, I agree with all the panel members, and to add here, it's everyone's role to, I mean, shape the culture in the way we want. And culture also evolves along with technology. Over time, we have seen it evolve, and it will evolve. And we should uphold the values that are ethical and moral, and stick with them. And that's it.
That was a very insightful conversation. Our next question to the panelists is, what roles does government, regulation and policies play in shaping the trajectory of technological advancement and ensuring responsible use?
You mean like central government, state government?
So normal government policies, central government policies.
For state, I'll tell you which happens here. You are central, but still, starting with the state, going back to central. See, I don't know how many follow. The biggest events which happened in the last 1.5 to 2 years. Couple of weeks back, probably a month or two back in Coimbatore, they blocked a whole. There's a Kodisa center over there, which is like biggest center, and they had entrepreneurs walking in left, right, and center, because the government has already projected a 3 trillion kind of a business for Tamil Nadu itself. And our honorable minister is very clear that he personally attends events, and he has spoke people also. One of them would be Suresh Mathurudam, Suresh Sambandam from Freshworks. You heard of that? So the government is ready to invest. They understand that there's a huge potential for the IT sector in the. I mean, we in Tamil Nadu at least it is split into manufacturing and IT. But if you see, the whole line of OMR is filled with offices and houses who are related to working in those offices. So there's a high amount of inward pump and initiatives happening in these segments, in the state side. Center side, it's more amazing. I'm not like I don't know full national wide, but if somebody is closely following Modi and closely following Gujarat is going to be the next biggest thing with the kind of investments which are going into the infrastructure over there, and with the kind of assistance which they are giving. Like what he said, the government is also appreciating the new. See, if you release a new course, if the government says no AI, we won't teach you AI, like what they did with TikTok, no more TikToks for you, so no more AI for you. They don't do that actually. So they are able to understand the value of a proposition. They are allowing the colleges to do it. They are releasing a lot of funds which probably we are not aware. I mean, you are not aware. So to achieve a holistic target of 3 trillion, which is like a sizable number from a small state, I mean not small state, Tamil Nadu being one state amount, so government is investing a lot of money, because they also know We are at least 5 years or 10 years behind some other countries which have done in technology. I don't want to name the countries, but that is a boon by itself for us, because we don't have that fear about what will happen if I don't, like, who else had the audacity to ban the TikTok and other 100 apps, saying that my guys are not going to use this, being the world's highly populated country. So we thought those things might not be a relevant point for us. So we did that also. On the other side, we are investing heavily on startups, on new researchers, on new technologies. In OMR, if you go to the end of OMR in Title Park, they have a research institute itself where they give you space and they give you stipend. They give the startups initial amount of cash for training resources, freshers who are coming out. Government itself gives capital cash. So there's a huge amount of, I mean, you should know the right segment which is happening in Mahindra city or close by there. There's a huge amount of team which is sitting over there. So if you go and search inside the LinkedIn, you see these guys that their portfolios. The investment is heavy. Probably seeing from an outside view, we might only know a small level of things happening. But if they have a target of reaching 3 trillion for Tamil Nadu itself, there's a huge segment for that in the north also. So there's a huge level of investment. So there's no stoppage in that.
I agree with sir. This point is very, very important. Behind any industry, that finance used to be the most important factor. If you will see, like whatever my friend from ISRO, he will also agree that some of the projects it used to get delayed due to the funding from the government side. So it used to be very, very important. Regarding nuclear energy also, we are planning that whatever nuclear energy we are producing today, in future we need to increase up to like 30%, from 3% to 30%. So that used to be a huge graph which we will see. So without funding from the government side, it is not possible. That another important thing is that along with the technology and revolution and all these things, we should care about our environment also. So government plays a very important role in that case also, because under government they are having rule and regulation bodies like Minister of Environment and Forest and Climate Change and Pollution Control Board. You are saying that, sir was saying that state government or central government. So like central government, there used to be Central Pollution Control Board. Under that one, there used to be Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board, Andhra Pradesh Pollution Control Board. So in that way, they are the regulatory bodies. Likewise, for the Department of Atomic Energy, it is the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board. So if person, they will be continuously moving towards that innovation and technology. Sometimes what happens, you can see in newspapers and news that lots of NGOs used to be behind that one, that this industry, it is contaminating environment, this industry, it is contaminating our water. So in that way, that rule and regulation which has been framed, government plays an important role.
I'm gonna answer it a little generically, right, in terms of global outlook and everything, right? The question is, how do governments, regulations and regulatory bodies can help or evolve technology, right? If you think that the government is ignorant of something, it's not true. Government understands everything, right? Anything which is happening, any innovation which is happening, there are people who are tracking it, there are people who are watching it and doing that, right? Regulation is something when government chooses to step in to stop exploitation, right? I'll quote some examples, right? For example, GDPR came in Europe, right? That came in to stop data exploitations, right? Like privacy and all of those things were becoming huge concerns, and they brought in regulations, right? That's a good one. In India, I've seen Indian government has taken an approach initially, like in old times, they used to be more regulatory and more draconian in nature in terms of how they define policies and how they control and govern how evolutions happen, how technology operates. But nowadays, government also understands that they're not the best suited person to make decisions, right? Because they're not the industry, they're not the people who are running it, right? Their role is to govern, their role is not to run the country. Their role is to facilitate how the country operates. So they have been establishing a lot of independent bodies. NPCI is a classic example of that, right? Instead of a government taking an approach of saying that, hey, we are going to define the policy of how financial institutions are going to operate, establish a body which is a collective industry forum which is making policies and see this there's so much of transformation which has happened, right? Similarly, even in media segment, government is like, there's OTTs have decided to operate independently, right? They say that we are going to self-regulate. Self-regulation is good, okay, but they can do behind the scenes, they can do a lot of things, right? Government is watching it. If something goes out of hand, they will intervene, they will take actions on it, right? So different governments have taken different approaches. They have a very important role to play. Whether they want to intervene or not, that is their choice, depending upon when they see threats. And it's not always from a perspective of letting the technology evolve, right? It also from the safety, security, and other aspects also, right? That's how governments think. It's not just about, oh, this is a good technology, let it happen, right? You have to also think about what is competition, what is safety, and all of those things as well. So, just a very generic answer, I know, but if you think governments are not watching and not regulating or something, they are doing it intentionally. Nothing is being done unintentionally in the country.
Coming to this government's role in this technology or something, the thing is, I think it is positive towards this technology improvement. If we see the example, National Space Policy 2023, it has given clearly it has mentioned the roles of all the stakeholders in the whoever is participating in the space. For example, if you see, it has it has opened NSIL in space, and private sectors also it is collaborating. It encouraging to collaborate in the space program. So it is clearly mentioned the rules. So these non-government entities what they have to do, ISRO what they have to do, and this NSIL what they have to do, in space what they have to do, and DOS, Department of Space. So this way government is kind of structurally and productively increasing the use of technology and building the economy through these policies. And one more example is National Education Policy. In that educational policy, recently NCERT has started using AI in education. So that way, the government using technology as well as improving the technology, taking steps to improve the technology and competing with the other countries in the world. So, and moreover, as Sir told, only government can't run the country. Reason is government is it can never be a profit extracting organization. So obviously you need some people, some organizations to make the economy build. So that way government is it is just a platform. It's just a platform and it regulates. So no one cannot do any wrong in this economy or society, societal economy. So that way government, I think it is in a good motive to improve the technology as well as social economy.
So government is already doing a very great job of improving the life of people by digitizing things. Back in the day when money transfer was not digitized, it would take few days to transfer money, and there are still countries in this world which has reached this level of digitization, and it takes some time for just the money transfer. And by enabling digitization in every field, it has empowered people to spend more and grow the economy. And so getting license or getting the thing done related to government is easier now. There are websites to do that, but still it can be improved. And there are subsidies for companies on electricity and place and rent. And if you are building a startup, there are government programs which will fund you, incubate you, provide you with resources to grow and build your startup.
Thank you so much, sir. Next question I'd like to ask Lalit sir. Could you just share us with some key technological advancements you've witnessed in the field of mechanical engineering during your journey from SRM to ISRO? Which has the innovation influence, and how has the innovation influenced the space exploration?
Yeah, see, you are asking about mechanical technologies, right? One thing I want to tell, maybe I'm from mechanical engineering, but if you not take help from other like some other branches like computer science and electronics, you can't see the growth, exponential growth what you want to see from the mechanical field. So I would like to tell, if as soon as you inculcate maybe it is a mechanical technology, but as soon as you inculcate the electronics chips, this and microprocessor based systems in the mechanical system, the efficiency will be increased. So that way